Greetings and salutations. It's DC and it's book club time. 𝐔𝐿 will be here. He is grabbing us coffee, and apparently everyone and their parent wanted to grab coffee today. So it's just me holding down the fort, and he'll be here shortly. So I don't know what to do to entertain y'all. I feel like I don't even know how to stream book club without Toot Toot, my dad. Toot Toot is camping with his family, so he's not here either. So maybe we just need to find a good spooky background, like maybe like a cemetery. Let me see. Stalk. Let me go to Peril. I hope y'all enjoy the new emote. It is Caspian and a cupcake. Sky made those. It's a pupcake. Stalk. How is everyone? Just finished the stream from last night. Perfect timing, Jenny Rose. Also, thank you so much for the birthday card. I appreciate it. Let's see. Graveyard video. Looking for a graveyard video to put in the background because, oh, this is perfect. Oh my god. Wait. I think I've got a perfect one for the background for us. That should loop. Here, let's try it. Let's try it. Hero! It's wet there? Is it raining? Good morning. Lynn, let me ask you a question. Before I'm trying to stall. We were talking about movies last night, and I asked the live chat if they've ever watched The Polar Bear King, because we grew up watching it, and then I come to find out it's based on a Norwegian fairy tale. And I was like, I have to ask Lynn if she's seen this. Oh my god. Here we go. Let me put this behind us. Oh god, oh. I want to put in this video. Ah! Okay. Can I turn off my background though? Oh dear god, there's so many. Delete. Oh, that's wrong. What? Where is this coming from? Why do I have Real World on right now? Dang it. What's happening? Different movie. Choose file. This one. It's perfect. It's perfect for our book. Okay. I'm done. I want to loop. Is that okay? Is the little lightning in the background okay? Because if it's not, I'll change it. I will change it. Close this. Quit this. Quit that. Where's my chat? Hello. We're gonna be talking about Grave Peril, which does take place. Parts of it take place in a cemetery. Let me take my last bite of. Let me mute myself. Okay. Good morning. Is it Tanisha or Thanisha? No rain yet? It's gonna be spooky here. This is our graveyard. We're waiting for my dad to get here. We normally get into trouble, but I don't know how much trouble I can get into by myself without my brother and my dad. So we had a members only stream the other night, and just a flamethrower to the channel. Just kidding. Due to current events, I really want to rewatch a Beetlejuice in October. It's been too long. I want to watch it too. I've got sound bites for it over here.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Yes. Driving up to meet up with the in-laws will stay as long as I get service. Eclectic Mimo, I hope you have a great trip. I hope you do. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate the grace, you know. It's just nice. Let's see. Grave Peril is the third book in the Dresden series. We get to meet Michael, one of my favorite characters in the series. We get to meet Thomas. We get to meet and this is a full overview because we did the first half of the book and spoilers on members only, which members only always gets out of hand in kind of a good way. But and then we also meet in this book Leonid Kravos, who's a cult leader, and I was like, how appropriate, we're talking about a cult leader on my channel. This is awesome. Lindsay, Rutro. Hello. Rick, color some dinosaurs. Hell yeah. I may have to move my dad over. Or a duplicate of my dad. I gotta figure this out. I'm seeing a notice from YouTube. It's like, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Oh boy, thank you so much, YouTube. From Nashville? Cool. I'm in Texas. I don't know where y'all are coming in from. Oh, Lynn's lurking. Shelby, what's up? Shelby, hello. I wish we had a fall. It's mostly blisteringly hot, and then the fall it's less blisteringly hot. And sometimes it gets cold in winter, cold, like it's less and less blisteringly hot, and then it just goes back to blisteringly hot. So, I don't know. The front, I should have done the back. I had a background of Graceland Cemetery that I made, but I think this is creepier and more cool because of some of the scenes in the book. If you haven't read it, that's cool. Book 3 starts to get, book 3 is when James Marster starts getting a little bit better, really good at reading. He gets better every book. But then in book 4, holy moly. I used to live in Dallas. Miss Texas, hoping to get back there soon. Cool. Sonia, hello. My skittish kitty is actually letting me hold her so I can only type with one hand. Ruh-roh, that's awesome. I live in the Pacific Northwest. As soon as the calendar said fall, we have rain. I like rain a lot. Rain was my best day at school. I love the sound. I love how gloomy and cozy it is. I love studying when it's rainy. I love streaming when it's rainy. I'm just I feel awkward because it's like, this is a book stream. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do a book stream without my dad and my brother. Let's see. Who? Well, I guess. This book was written, I'm like, what should I talk about? This book was written in 2001. I think that they... I don't remember. Does the publisher matter? No. Michael Carpenter is a Knight of the Cross. His sole purpose in life is to fight the Denarians. No, is that right? The Denarians. I'm getting nervous talking about this. So Michael and Charity have a bunch of kids. Michael's besties with Harry, which is interesting. Michael also like is best friends with Harry, and they like can coexist, which is pretty cool because Michael's like hardcore practicing Catholic, and some of the even other like the Knights of the Cross. One is agnostic, and the other one which you're gonna meet in the next or a few books is he's like accidentally Baptist. His name's Shiro. Yes. Didn't he they fight the Order of the Blackened Denarius, and which is a pretty cool deal. The movie is Norwegian too. Storm Moon. That's so cool. We found it here. I don't remember. It's in English for us, but it was like one of our favorite movies to rent growing up. And not a lot of people have seen The Polar Bear King. But we were talking about last night because of the scene at the end of the movie when all of the people are like, I think they're like monsters or something eating at the table. I don't remember, but oh, perfect. Cheat sheet for people. The Dresden Files on Wikipedia. Near the end, there's a table of books in chronological order. If you click on the title, you get a synopsis and a character list. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Christy, you're not late. We're waiting for my dad to get here. And I'm trying to figure out how to do a book stream without my dad and my brother. Nursing a cold, but didn't want to miss this. Aloha, girl. How are you? It's all running together since I ran through it so fast, for sure. So Grave Peril starts out. Harry and Michael are trying to fight whatever is harming the kids, the little in the nursery in the hospital. And this hospital, is it Cook County Hospital? I don't remember. This hospital has a higher mortality rate in the I don't know, the newborn baby department. And so they're fighting this ghost. And then they end up both getting pulled into the Never Never. At the beginning, he has a moment with his godmother, Leah, and my dad says it's pronounced Leanchi, but I call her Leah because I can't pronounce it. Yep, this one is Cook County Hospital. Did you know when I lived in Wisconsin, we drove down into Chicago and we drove and like saw some of the things that were talked about in the book, and I was like, this is so cool. I had to move my phone because the kitty is now sitting on my laptop. The one time I get on my computer to watch, oh my god, Rutro. Yeah, if you don't read it, that's okay. I just like people hanging out. It's all good. And so he's fighting with Michael, and then he's also, this is the run-in. He has this big run-in with vampires in this book from the Red Court. And we also find out about the White Court and the Black Court. And all three, I'm pretty sure, show up. Mavra, is it Mavra? Bianca is there. Red Court hostess. Mavra, Black Court. And then Thomas is from the White Court. There's different courts. They can do different things, which is kind of cool because when you're talking about things that hurt vampires, like there's so many different like things that could hurt them, and it's an interesting idea that there's so many different ways to harm vampires, but the way he explains it, having the different courts, makes sense for all these different ways that people think they can harm vampires. So I prefer Thomas of the White Court as far as vampires go, for sure. You think, yep, the Great Chicago Fire almost leveled the city, ruh-roh. Yep. There's currently a 5-week wait for the first book in the series in the library. I'm sorry, Lindsay. Cool. I'd rather die from sexy fun time not having my blood drained. You know, I get that. If y'all didn't know, Dresden is dating Susan Rodriguez, who is a reporter for like a kind of like a not a trash magazine, but like a supernatural uh like stuff that's going on, but she's actually like a good reporter. She steals Harry's invitation to go to the Red Court Ball and copies it, returns it. Michael and Harry go to the Red Court Ball, and then they find that Susan has snuck in there too, and then that puts them in a very precarious position because the protection only extends to the guest. So like you get an invitation to the Red Court Ball and then or the Red Court event, and Bianca's like, well, the protection either extends to Michael or it extends to Susan. And so it's they get into trouble fast because of Susan. And Susan also brought stuff in her basket that actually is dangerous to Mavra from the Black Court. I meant with a killer demon toad. Oh. Harry didn't explain to Susan that only a guest has protection. Susan never knew how much danger she was in. Okay, here's a question. Do you think that Susan would have given a flippity flop knowing that there is danger because she has wanted to see actual evidence of the supernatural since she had started writing? Because I think she still would have gone. And again, it's another situation where Harry doesn't communicate anything to anybody. And then people get in trouble for it. Yes, Susan majorly redeems herself eventually, for sure. Hosts are obliged to treat their guests well, not killing them. Yep. Elaine is a fan of the White Court. Mavra, yep, spelling not sure. So when stuff's about to hit the fan at the party, Thomas has his girlfriend there. It's also his snack, his girlfriend's snack there. And so he wants to save her because he genuinely cares about her. So they kind of like they try to escape, and it's just whatever. Because he wants to protect Justine. And I think he ends up like giving Susan over to the vampires. And Dresden, seeing that happen, even with all of his magic gone, he like slaughters so many of the Red Court because he's like rage spell. Even with his magic having been eaten by the nightmare in his sleep, he does a huge spell, which kind of gives you some clues as to how powerful Dresden is. He ends up getting his magic back because he goes and fights the nightmare, but it is just wild to see. And goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry. Trying to mod the chat. Should I have to? I don't want to put this on subscribers only. I hate doing that. No, but so Michael pulls Lydia and Dresden out. I think Thomas is captured. I think Justine is captured. No, Justine is captured. Or Thomas escapes, and then the nightmare takes over Lydia's body, and then that's a whole situation. And that is when we find out that the nightmare is not just a ghost, because Angela Hagglethorne was the one that was wreaking havoc on the babies at Cook County Hospital. The nightmare is not just a ghost. It is Leonid Kravitz. And that's how he's so powerful. I didn't like Susan either in this book, but she definitely grows. She grows on me as the series goes on, for sure. The internet spies have realized I'm reading these books, and Amazon Prime Video keeps recommending the Dresden Files to watch. I remember you saying it's bad, though. It's awful. I still watched it because I was like, I wish this was good. And then it's so bad. Karen Murphy is not the Karen Murphy in the book. Harry Dresden, not the Harry Dresden in the book. Even though I like the actor that they chose for Dresden, completely wrong. I like him as an actor. And then Bob's wrong. The stories are wrong. Everything is wrong. Nikki, I'm sorry you've been sick. Yeah, like I know it's horrible, and I still watched it. I'm like a glutton for punishment. Hold on. This may be a record for the longest time on topic of book club. I know. I'm like, the fun people aren't here. My dad and my brother are like the infusion of fun to the channel. And my dad, I mean, I love streaming with my dad and my brother. That's basically the same way my friend describes a TV series. Can I just rage for a second? How come people are making TV series that are nothing like the books that people know from a test, because people have actually bought the books, want it to be just like the books? And some egotistical TV producer is like, no, I want to put my stamp on it. No, 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 no. No, be true to the author. Be true to the story. Be true to the character descriptions. Be true to the book. Actually have someone who likes the book make the TV series. Good God. We can call 𝐔𝐒𝐄 and 𝐃𝐒𝐒 the derailers. Yes, but they're very lovable derailers. You know what I mean? Fire Chief is enjoying her time off right now. Christy. Why say it is a book when it's so far off? I know. I'm sure I could check a website, but I'm thinking of topic to talk about. Retro, you're the best. Can you explain the Kravos background? I got lost. Yes, I can explain it. It got me a little bit. I was confused too. They reference it, but there's no history, because when I read it, I reread book 2 because I'm like, did I miss something? No, they mention it as like a situation when Michael helped him being Harry Dresden, And the guy that got attacked, what's his name? The guy that was Murphy's friend from who I don't know if he had just retired. The friend or he had been injured. The police friend was being tortured by this nightmare with the barbed wire. And then I don't know why that doesn't say anything about it. So Kravis is like a cult, like evil magician kind of leader. My dad's here, I think. And they fought him. Michael did, Harry did. Who's that guy? I'm losing my mind. So this nightmare, Leonid Kravis, is going after the people that hurt him during that like police sting. So Kravis, I think, unalived himself on purpose so that he could become this really strong ghost. And nobody realized, like when he gets arrested in jail. Harry Dresden finds out that he unalived himself in jail so that he could become this super strong ghost wizard combo and go after the people that put him in jail, which is Michael's family, Harry Dresden, I think Lydia. He uses Lydia and that retired or injured is it a sergeant? I don't remember. Black magic sorcerer. Yep. I lose my chat on my phone when I search on my phone. I know, I hate that. And so that is why all of this is like the ghost is going after people of the people who hurt him. And so it's a little bit twisty, but it's like I think that's more of a writing issue because it wasn't super clear. But there was a sting, and that's how Kravis gets introduced. And then Harry Dresden uses Kravis's journal to go take his magic back in the dream world from the nightmare, which is Kravos. So I don't remember. So Dresden also lies to his godmother, Leah, who is like the number. Oh, I don't know if you say that. She's a high-ranking individual in the Never Never. Let me throw this away. 𝐔𝐒𝐄 here. They connect. They're those connected to the case dealing with Kravis. Yep. I felt like I missed something too, and then I had to go back and reread it, and then I went and like reread, like maybe I missed it in book 2 because that's how confused I was when I first read that section. Like when I first read the book. Not really lies, just twist the truth in his favor, yes. But because he does it like the third time, I don't remember. She does something to like help him. And then he goes, he's like, okay, I have to go like give myself to my godmother because she always has wanted to make Dresden a dog, one of her hounds or something. So he ends up eating a poison mushroom because he's, what up, 𝐔𝐶𝐄? 𝐔𝐶𝐄's here with his sunglasses, ready to Burn my channel down. Can I? Could I have my little cup thingy? Howdy, 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 sir. He's here. Let me fix the. We got to look our spooky background we've got. See?
Ooh, nice.
I know. We got a lot of cords going on. Let me hook you. Hook in. You can scoot over because your mic will move. This should work. Here you go. Try that.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear?
I can.
Oh.
I must be.
Are you too low?
Maybe. No, it's not too low. I'm just not sure.
You don't.
Can I hear now? Can I hear now?
Here you go.
No, it's not.
Hold on.
It's not
Here you
on
go.
at all.
There you go. Hello?
Hello? No,
Hey.
it's still on.
It's on. I can hear you. Hold on. Can you turn?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah. Testing.
Hello? It's not making any change.
Okay. Test.
No, we got it.
You got it?
We got it.
Got it. The
Sup,
fi-
homies?
Look at this. We have a fire chief, so it's okay. Look at all the fires in the chat.
Oh, is this mine? Oh, cool.
Yep.
And this is one with the alcohol, right? Okay, good.
Oh, God.
All
Did
right.
you put alcohol in yours?
No, not really. I'm just kidding.
I would like to say that I don't know how well I did, but I just stayed on topic for 32 minutes, and now we're ready.
Wow.
We're ready for the derailment that
So
comes.
we actually talked about the book. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I didn't do a good job.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
We're not supposed to be talking about the book. We're supposed to be talking about all the other
But do you
weird
see
stuff in
how
our
the
life.
lights are better, that we can see better without getting blinded?
Well, now that I have my sunglasses on, I'm good.
Yeah, oh dear God. He's never gonna not wear sunglasses on a stream now.
No, I'm not.
I was like, I don't even know how to stream anymore for a book club without you derailing everything, and not like Toot's not here, and
See,
it's just
you did a great job.
Oh.
Elaine's like sucking up over there.
okay.
Come
But we
on.
just, here's the confusing part, and I don't know if you got confused as well, because you kind of never get confused by when I read the part when they were talking about Kravis. I was let me pull it over to you a little bit because
Oh,
shoot.
yeah.
Hold on, sorry.
Almost lost the coffee over there. That would be a bad thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Here, I don't know what's going on.
Notice how she's fixing everything for me. She really kind of knows I'm a little bit incompetent. So
No, it's just wobbly. Dear God.
okay, we're good.
No, I want to raise it up because you don't have to lean down. You should be able to sit up and you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
There you go.
All right.
There we go. We're back. Okay. Dear God.
There we go. Nice. So what's been? No, it was a bit confusing. And
Kravis, when they referenced it, I thought I wasn't paying attention,
Mhm.
so I went back and reread the book, like when I first
Okay.
read the book,
Yeah,
because
sure.
of like I was like, what are you talking about, Kravis? And like, what are you talking about? This whole big event with Michael, and they went and they took down the sorcerer. Like, I was confused the way that Butcher wrote it. Like, I thought I had missed something when I was reading the first part of the book.
Okay, well now we know that we know that event happened prior to the book beginning.
Right, but I didn't understand that. That's why I
Okay.
got confused. Like, I was like, I had to go back, and I was like, did I miss something? And then I realized it was just like a recap. Like, this didn't happen, in the book. So I was just confused, and a couple of other people were confused too.
Yeah, so is everyone? I don't need to go over anything that right now.
Well, I mean, we'd love for you to go over stuff because I was just like kind of stumbling my way through describing the book.
Okay.
But so I was saying that crowd, like Dresden and Michael and the police department were trying to take Kravis down in that sting. And
they did.
And they did.
Correct.
And he got
Prior to the book
arrested.
start. Yep.
And then Kravis unalived himself on purpose in jail so that he could have become a super ghost, a super wizard
Correct.
ghost.
Correct.
And Dresden didn't know that, one, he was not alive. He thought that the nightmare was just this super strong ghost. But then when the ghost went after Charity Carpenter, that's when he knew that it wasn't a regular ghost, because ghosts don't do what the nightmare was doing. Like, they wreak havoc, but they don't they don't know like, oh, this person's important to this person, I'm gonna go do that and hurt that person.
Correct. And you know, the whole relationship thing is a little bit well, now let me back up for just a second, because I think a part of the confusion in the book with Harry is that he thinks that the ghost is a demon's ghost, not a person's ghost, which is part of the reason why his exorcism / casting doesn't work. Yeah. Because he's got the wrong person. It's not, he's not taking out the demon ghost, which was a little bit of a construct to begin with.
Right.
But the reality is that he doesn't realize it's Kravis until almost the very end.
Yeah.
When they're in his apartment. Right. And he, you know, they have the fight and it's obvious that he's got the wrong person. Yeah.
And that's just after Charity's in the hospital with the baby who's not doing well as well.
Little Harry is not doing well.
Yeah. The fact that at the very end of this book, Harry finds out that the baby is named Harry, which
Harry Carpenter,
the Harry Carpenter, and that Charity just hates that they named the kid Harry. It's just, oh my god!
Kind of when she was unconscious.
I know.
Almost like a dun dun dun.
Yeah. sneaky squirrel move.
Michael snuck in there, and in fairness, Michael is trying to do the right thing, and he tries to do the right thing here, and does.
Sure.
So
Michael really was sneaky, and it is one of the few times he is sneaky. I feel like he could be sneaky more, and he's not.
No, Michael is the antithesis of sneaky. He is the anti-sneaky guy.
Yeah.
And by the way, somebody asked me about 𝐔𝐒𝐄. Yes, I know him. I know who he is. I've watched some of his videos and I've laughed through some of his videos.
𝐔𝐒𝐄, the guy, the anti-scam guy.
The anti-scammer. That's exactly
the guy who goes and like
with the different voices.
Yes,
and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah. Yup. Oh my god.
The Grave Peril is kind of a it's not one of my favorite books. Eventually we're going to rank all the books, and
in a bracket.
Yes, and I would put Grave Peril further down on my list of the 18 or so books that he's written so far in this series. He has other series out there too, but I really like Dresden the best. And this is one of those. He's trying to fill in, and it almost feels a little bit when you look at the rest of the books and how they kind of fit the stream, if you will, of Jim's consciousness. It's almost it almost is kind of added. It seems like it's added in. It doesn't seem like it's flowing in the process of the overall theme that he has. And for those of you that have read more than 3 of the books, it definitely is it definitely stands out from that perspective, because it doesn't fit the scheme and the underlying building of tension that is going on in Harry's world.
Yeah, to me it feels like Butcher felt like Michael Carpenter was important, and that he introduced.
That could very well be.
Like he wanted to introduce the red court, the white court, the black court, and Michael Carpenter. Like that's what it felt like to me. Like he's like, we got to get these characters in because I'm doing important stuff.
Because I got a whole bunch of
important stuff to do.
A whole bunch of crap coming up. Yeah. Like, you need to get this in. Yeah.
And Leah. Like Leah, Michael, the courts, like fighting ghosts, like all this stuff happens where it's like, okay, we just need to know about it. And then we get back to the story. That's what it kind of feels like. The one of the good parts though that I really enjoyed was when he ate the poisoned mushroom, when he like goes and he's like gonna become a hound
Yeah.
for his godmother. And then she's like, why are you not trying to trick me? Like, what's going on? And then he's like, well, enjoy me while you have me, because I'm gonna die. And she's like, do something. And so he weasels his way again out of becoming a hound for his godmother, and because she releases him because she wants him to live.
Exactly. And he is a weasel. He is a weasel.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, it definitely is a big game of chicken, because if he's correctly able to anticipate the moves of his opposites,
because he's a weasel. You have to. It takes one because he's sneaky.
He's actually sharp.
No. Weasels can be sharp. I'm saying that he weasels his way out because he knows like what people are gonna do and stuff. And so like to best outmaneuver someone, why not be the best outmaneuverer that you can be and know what you would do, so you know what other people are gonna do. And then, but I think Harry is stubborn enough that he was like, I'll die rather than become your hound. I think he was at that like, well, lived a good life, don't have to pay rent anymore, don't have to starve. And, I think he was hoping that she wanted him alive more than she,
No, he definitely played the odds on that one, but he was able to correctly determine what her end game was. And when you have an insight into somebody that you're competing against, whether you're playing tennis with them or whether you're playing a card game or whatever the case might be, you take those things into account.
Yeah,
and Harry does a good job.
I used to play somebody, and I knew that if I irritated her, like I wouldn't be obnoxious, but if I just ran her around and like gave her stuff that she did not like, she'd have a mental meltdown and start just making mistakes. Like you just kind of know. And Harry does that, but he also knows how annoying he is sometimes too, I think. And he's like, I'm going to use this to my best advantage. And like, if this annoys the crap out of you and you make a mistake, great.
Okay. Now, in fairness, sometimes Harry uses his annoying sarcasm and wit to his advantage. And sometimes he's just
being stubborn and annoying.
He's just using it because he doesn't have really an option B.
Right.
So he's always in the annoying mode. It's just how annoying is he going to be?
Yeah.
And there's a his ability to be political and strategic and proactive is definitely there. Butcher writes that into the character, but he also writes in the other side of that too, which is he can oftentimes say the wrong thing at absolutely the wrong time.
Yeah, like trying to speak Latin from a correspondence course to the leader of the White Council, and he is not saying the things he thinks he's supposed to be saying, like that, like that situation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god. So yeah, that was a really good part in that book where he's like has eaten this deadly mushroom, and he's like, "Let's go! I'm ready to become a hound. Like, let's do it." And Leah's like, what are you doing? What's you would never do this. And then he gets out of it. So he's not beholden to his godmother anymore. So he gets out.
That's not true. That's not true. They decide it's going to be a year and a day.
Oh, year and a day. I forgot. Yeah.
It definitely is not. And we find out that ends up being significant.
Yep. And then
later.
In the next book.
In the next book.
Yep.
Exactly. So it definitely isn't. He is still beholden to her. He still owes her, or she has the ability to be able to come back. Let me put it this way: she has the ability to be able to come back and take her revenge on Harry, but she has to wait for a while.
Yeah.
And then we find out that there's a whole lot of other stuff going on in the midst of that.
Yep.
So most people are past book 3, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they've all read ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the type of people we are.
But
we get interested in a book.
It's not Dresden After Dark. We're not allowed to do any spoilers.
Are y'all drop a 1 in the chat if you're okay with the spoiler?
No, that's okay.
No, let the chat speak. This is not this is kind of a democracy.
Why? We control everything.
We're not a dictatorship right now.
Yes, we are.
No. No spoilers? God. Oh, then we're getting ones in the chat for spoilers. Oh my God. Okay, no
Okay.
spoiler.
So
No spoiler.
So here's something that I thought would be pretty cool. Harry and Jim actually, but Harry makes tons and tons and tons of references to movies and shows and things like that in the books.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it'd be cool as we start each book to see how many that people pick up on and whether or not they know where they came from.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
In other words,
yeah.
And so that way you have, okay, there's 5 and, Firefly here.
Yes.
And, Star Wars or whatever.
And Star Trek. And yeah.
Okay. And then maybe we have like a little, I don't know, a prize or something like that. Whatever.
I'm a 1, but I'm at book 9, Mr. Ranger.
What's this? Oh, by the way, somebody asked if I was a JAG.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know that Mr. DC is a JAG?
Nope.
Oh, now they do. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
Don't say what branch.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I'm not. I have worked in that lawyery thing.
We work together.
Yeah. But no, I'm not a JAG. Not in the military at all. And yeah, I'm trying to, because of fluffery on the internet, I don't want someone going and calling his command and making his life difficult because I'm talking about multi-level marketing stuff on my channel. So I try to, because they've done that to people before. No. People being immature on the internet?
Yeah.
How? That's
You're
incredible.
shocked?
I'm stunned. I'm just stunned.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh brother.
Yes. Yeah, I'm serious, Elaine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You learn a lot about the military when someone close around you's in it. Yeah. Toot was in it and now he's not. And
yeah.
Mr. 𝐔𝐄.
Toot's out.
Not Mr. 𝐔𝐄. My spouse is. Yeah.
Yeah. Toot's out. He's
well, we all know the military is a pyramid. Indeed it is.
Oh. Oh.
Maybe just I don't.
Yeah, but nobody makes any money out of it.
Which is just like multi-level marketing.
That's right. But they do have really, really cool toys.
Yeah, they do. Yep. Yes, they do.
Toot works for the State Department.
Oh my God.
The state of insanity. That's who he works for.
Yeah. The State Department is Mrs. Toot. Yeah, Hugh does work for Mrs. Toot.
That's exactly right.
And there's recruiting in the military. Yes, there is. And there's, potentially a recruiter not telling the information that is correct to get someone to sign up for the military. And that does happen, which is also another thing in multi-level marketing.
Oh.
We could do a stream, except I would get in trouble for that stream. So I can't do that stream.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to do that.
Hey, big bonuses when signing up. 100%. Exactly.
That's right.
Holy
moly.
It's a pyramid scheme. Just kidding. It's a joke. For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No. And we love our folks in the military and all the people.
Yeah.
All the spouses and brothers and sisters and everything else that work in the military, we're for you guys.
And at least we do get healthcare in the military. You know what I mean? Like that is a difference between military and MLMs.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what we could do?
What's that?
I have a category of streams where it's called M is for MLM and murder, and it's an MLM murder crossover where people in multi-level marketing have either been murdered or have murdered other people. And you and I could do that stream.
Oh, that's dark.
But it's true.
Do you want me to be involved in something like that?
Yeah, because we'll lighten the mood.
You're worried about me burning down your channel on talking about Dresden.
We're screwed. We're already screwed. You've already set fire. You brought a flamethrower to the last stream.
40 subs or whatever the case might be since the last stream. Huh?
I know, 50.
At this rate, it's there'll be like 2 people on chat.
Yeah, it's okay. Christy will still be here, and maybe Elaine will still be here.
But
Shelby will be here.
But all the smart people will be in chat.
Oh my
That's
God.
the thing. Yeah.
Paul Bernardo was an Amway. Oh my God, we have to do it. My dad is retired Major Air Force. Cool.
Nice.
Look at all that. Look at all that. This was the
Yeah,
last stream.
don't ask Toot about the Air Force. Yeah. It'll get ugly.
Oh my God. Oh my God. My boyfriend's retired Air Force. That's awesome. The person who recruited me, her husband was on the Air Force into Young Living. So
did you tell him where Toot is this weekend?
Camping.
Yes, he's camping with his family.
I know.
His little 11-month-old baby.
Yeah.
Yes, and his 2 little boys.
Cade, who probably is. What?
You doxed him one.
You just did.
I just said his baby.
I said
say
sorry.
names.
Okay, we're at what time is it? We're at 50 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, I'll delete it out. Sorry. That was an accident. It was an accident.
But having said that, his oldest boy did sass Toot when they heard that he was they were going to camping.
Oh, really?
Did you hear this?
No.
Oh, so his oldest one, who's 7 years old, super cute, just really, and is the typical first child. They said they're going camping, and he came in to talk to Toot and Mrs. Toot, and he said he wanted to find out if were they really going camping, or were they just saying this again?
Oh my God. Tell him about the other situation. Was it with the second, or was it with the same kid about the Toot asking him to clean up, and then hit the kid saying, "I didn't make this mess."
Oh,
and then him handing the baby to him.
Well, you're telling
was that the same kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's a lot of sass.
Yeah.
But genetically predisposed for it because of both parents. So
yes.
It's a double infusion of sass.
And dad. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a genetic pathway. That's coded deep.
Yeah,
deep
the
in
genes
the
are
DNA.
turned on.
That's
Everything's
right.
firing on all cylinders for sarcasm. So
So my hope is that I spend more time around him and kind of encourage him out of that behavior.
Encourage him out of that behavior or into that behavior?
No, out of, because I'm not like that at all.
I'm
not sarcastic at all.
Yeah. You resemble that remark.
I do resemble that remark.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It's so much fun hearing your own words coming out of your kids' mouths. Or your grandkids, I think, and then setting your kids up for the pain that they caused you.
Well, that's the whole thing about grandkids. The whole payback thing is so much more pleasurable when you see it coming through years later.
We need to teach compassion. I mean, or sarcasm. I mean, whatever floats.
Hey, sarcasm is my love language. Come on. Compassion. Give me a break.
Oh, then you know that in multi-level marketing, like, because you're talking about love languages, they talk about that, and they all be so that you can like keep your team on your team plugged in and like feeling like they belong because you understand their love languages, so you can love bomb them correctly.
And that's perfect. I mean, team building and all that stuff is very real, whether it's multi-level marketing or special forces or business or family or whatever. I mean, learning how people around you respond and what's important to them and behaving in a way that's relationally sound is all good stuff.
But you're free to leave in those situations in a healthy work environment.
But using it manipulatively, is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
And so that it creates creates the environment where it's harder for them to leave. That's not okay in any of those situations.
Shelby said revenge is a dish best served cold.
Kind of like pizza the next morning. Yeah, I love cold pizza.
Me too. I love cold pizza. I do love cold pizza.
Oh, yes.
My dad and I are both using our Frost Buddies right now.
Frost Buddies, yeah.
It keeps your drink cold.
Oh,
see,
cool. Do we get? Are we getting sponsored by these guys?
No, but I've given away like a ton of these on my channel. but your cup fits in it, so it keeps it cold, and then it doesn't drip on your hand.
Yeah,
it's
really.
perfect.
Exactly.
I had cold pizza for lunch. Cold pizza is good. I feel like you can tell a good pizza if it's
good cold.
Yes,
yeah,
if it's good cold, it's a good pizza.
Yeah. If it's not good cold, then it probably wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ignore Nightbot. It's just automated. We're just, everyone's going to get in trouble here.
It is interesting that Harry, and this is we're going down a rabbit trail or a squirrel.
A squirrel trail. We do squirrels here. Wait, look
Okay.
at this. 𝐔𝐶, look at this real quick. This is, before you get on the squirrel trail, we have to do this correctly because I have a squirrel trail ready. Where's my open images? Are you ready? We're ready for the squirrel trail.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, so where does Harry live?
Chicago.
And pizza obviously is a theme with Toot and the fairies.
Yes.
It's interesting that they never delve into deep dish pizza.
I know.
In the whole the whole storyline.
That
and they
is
never
like
compare like the different kinds of pizza. It seems like it would be like a natural discussion topic.
I know, for real. That because Chicago is known for deep dish pizza.
And the the little pixies are just so, I mean, they're addicted to pizza.
I know. It must be the preservatives and the other stuff.
And so, whether now Christy's over here hating on deep dish pizza, but that the thing about it is that whether you hate it or you love it, that is one of the mainstays up in Chicago. I mean, they have good regular pizza and they have good deep dish pizza as well. And so, and it's just interesting that Butcher never brings it up. I'm sure there's something on the internet somewhere.
Maybe he doesn't like deep dish and he didn't want to.
It could be. He's a thin crust snob or something like that. Yeah, that could be.
Jenny Rose makes an amazing deep dish pizza. We've never even tried to make a deep dish.
Well, Jenny, until I have it, I can't really make an evaluation.
Oh my God.
You're just trash talking.
Did you know that
in chat? Unless you send us some or come by our house and bring us some over.
I know. Bam, the cat lawyer, and Karina are coming over today, but they're not in the chat right now. So
that's right.
Yes,
that's exactly right.
It's a real life internet crossover. They're coming over for birthday cake. Bundt cake. Because
there's a birthday. Well, this is a birthday month, anyways.
Yeah, but we're extending it.
That, correct?
We're extending it a little bit into October because of what happened.
Extending it into October. Oh,
that doesn't count. Because it was awful.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
So those days get added on at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yes. Last weekend was less than pleasant.
Yeah. Thursday night, Monday morning, my dad and I barely escaped with our lives. So it was awful. Yes.
It was less.
Deep dish is too much of a commitment. You have to be quite hungry to eat a deep dish because it's so dense and there's so much in it. You can go through regular pizza if you're looking for, I don't know. I'm just saying,
it is a commitment. It is a commitment.
And then you have to use pretty much you have to use a knife and a fork, which is I don't know. Deep. I like Whisper's thin crust. I like the thin crust too. Do you have an Uno's restaurant? We don't.
Not in DC's town here. They know we're in DC,
they know we're in Texas, but we try not to.
Oh, so
I don't want someone to. It's fine. I mean, just trying not to get
too personal,
doxed, or when someone calls and says there's something bad going on in your house and they call the police on you and stuff like that. I'm just trying to avoid.
Gotcha.
Walking the line of pissing people off too much, and I'm just doing my best.
Okay.
I like Damon's from Ohio, but I live in Massachusetts.
There you go.
Yeah. Nightbot's just gonna Nightbot. Just ignore him. So.
Ignore who? Nightbot?
Nightbot just automated messaging when I'm modding by myself.
I see.
So
it sends out random comments.
Well, at the 55 and the 56 minute mark on
Uh-huh.
every hour. It sends stuff out to be like, if we're doing multi-level marketing content, it's like, hey, be on your best behavior, like don't be an
Yeah.
asshole, stuff like that.
So do I have to get off the chat? Is that what you're saying?
No, we make special. What is it called when like the Pope gives you a special dispensation?
Yeah.
You get one for being on the.
Exceptions or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
The
Well,
crust.
Technically, I'm not on the chat, so I can be as much of a jerk as I want as long as I'm live, correct?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a
Exactly.
disclaimer that I play at the beginning that guests who appear on my channel don't necessarily reflect the views of the
Yeah.
But they like you a lot, so
it's an IQ issue.
oh my god.
Yep.
Look at this we got this little liar pants too. They can go right over here. That's a fire pants. We do that when someone's lying because it's pants on liar pants on fire. You know what I mean?
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so did you steal that from somewhere? Did you
No, I
make
bought it. I bought it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I used one of my free Adobe credits so that I can have it. It's a little pants, little trousers. So
That's great. That's great.
I also got a bat signal. I've also got a shock Pikachu.
We need to have like a fairy signal, a pixie, like toot in the middle of a circle.
Yes.
You know, like a middle of a pizza circle. That would be great. Toot in the middle of a pizza circle.
Yeah, just spinning around like an animated GIF. Okay, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do it.
That would be great.
Oh, if you're in top chat purgatory, escape with your lives and turn to live chat. Oh my god. Show them ass math. So this is it's hard to see, but that's an abacus with peaches on it, and it's called ass math because we put it in the chat when someone is doing math that doesn't make any sense in multi-level marketing. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I get that. Yeah, sometimes.
Domino's has decent gluten-free pizza.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any gluten-free decent things anywhere, but okay.
Okay.
I'll just take your word for it.
Okay. Oh my god.
And someday, and God has a way of turning things around on us, and someday I'll be
gluten intolerant.
I'll be gluten intolerant. I'll have to eat all this gluten-free cardboard, and everyone will be able to say, yeah, well, back when you were making fun of us.
Yeah. Is that the karma logic of like you say something negative and then you get to experience the same thing?
Yeah, I've lived long enough to know that if I make comments like that and the words actually come out of my mouth, I'm almost assured of having that come back to me.
Oh my god.
It just does. What can I say? Okay.
Oh, trust me, bro. Needs an emoji. I'll try to make it. Oh, I was working at a pizza place 20 years ago when Atkins was big and the gluten-free crust we had was so gross. It's come a long way since then. I believe it. Domino's has a good gluten-free pizza crust.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. I like gluten-free pretzels. Well, if you're not near a pretzel place and you have a Sonic, the pretzels from Sonic I do like. Especially if you put them in the air fryer and you crisp them back up. They're extra good. If you can't go to a Wetzel pretzel or if you can't go to an Auntie Annie's, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
We're talking about food because food does come up in the Dresden files.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Although we don't know how a 6'8" or 6'9"
like once a book, which is
unrealistic
that's how we know it's
for
fiction.
Someone that tall.
Yeah. A 6'8" guy who eats once every 2 days. Yeah, we know it's fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food because we are all secretly pixies. That could be it.
Mm-hmm. I've been accused of that before. Somebody called me a fairy.
Are you going to make a joke that's inappropriate?
I think all my jokes are inappropriate.
Oh
don't
my
you?
god. Yeah, I do. Oh my god.
No, I'm not going to make any jokes. I'm not going to burn down your channel.
Yeah.
I already burned it down. I mean,
we're just scorching the earth.
This
is scorched earth mode.
Have you ever seen those houses that are so burned? It's like all you have is the black timbers sticking up like black skeleton bones from the ground.
Yeah.
That's what it's like right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like, no, we're doing the Shoshugi Bond thing where you're treating the lumber, so it's actually something nice that you're doing, but you really are talking about going scorched earth mode on my channel.
No, I feel like if I haven't burned it down by now, it's fireproof. It's just fireproof. I mean, whatever.
Oh my god.
Although I will say this, DC does give me a list of things I'm not supposed to talk about, so that everybody in chat doesn't get insulted.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be on my best behavior.
The fact that this is his best behavior is
it's a low bar.
It's a low
bar.
It's a very low bar. Oh my god.
Yep. So let's talk about Harry again. Where is the trying to think back, I've been listening to some of the other books here over the course of the last several days as I've been working on making sawdust, and the thing in this book. Now we're in the second half of the book, right?
Right.
Yes, we are.
Well, we're kind of like second half of the book, talking about the whole book, kind of situation. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing.
Listening, because you were listening to your book, not reading your book.
I was listening, and I correctly described the action.
Oh, did you?
As opposed to listening to the book and saying I was reading it. What can I say?
I'm sorry, my eyes are uncontrollably
I'm an articulation snob. Whatever. Okay.
𝐔𝐄 has been declared safe from celiac disease. Oh my god. Clock up, what's up? We're just burning my channel down. Here we go.
It's called what reading? Oh, not reading.
Non-reading.
Non-reading.
Yeah. Do you mean make it bigger for you?
No, that's okay.
I can do it. I can do
I
one
don't
more.
have my contacts.
Look at that. Is that better?
Around. That's wonderful.
Okay. Oh my
That's
god.
wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Second half of the book.
But one of the things that the thing that I felt like was the riskiest move that Harry does from a lot of the books. Now, I'm not going to talk about later on. I mean, he gets into stuff in some of them that are just beyond planning. So, but the plan to go and die in his dream and then eat the key or chi or whatever from Kravis's demon, ghost, I should say, went beyond any kind of a sane plan in my mind. That was the craziest thing. It was crazy.
Does Harry ever come up with non-crazy plans?
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does.
That are not influenced by other people that are helping him be smarter than normal? No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you think of some of the unique things that he does in
the bronze stuff is influenced by somebody else. You know what I'm talking about?
The bronze stuff.
The bronze the miniature. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to give it, but that was influenced by somebody else. I'm just saying, like, his crazy plans, his wild, like, plans are a lot of times all him, and the slightly smarter plans have been influenced by other things.
Well, there's no question that he does get encouraged to be smarter by some of the people around him. As we get into some of the other books, it'll, he's got there's some great nuances in some of the other books.
Yeah.
But this one was very, I don't know, the fact that he used his alter ego to help him.
Yes.
And they both, jump on Kravis and take him down.
Yeah,
and then,
that's awesome.
And then, Susan, who is basically barely hanging on at this point in time, brings him back to life. It was Butcher's stories are just I love being surprised, and that was a surprise to me.
Yeah, and you rarely get surprised in books, I feel like.
No, I mean, sometimes I do, but I think the thing I like about Butcher is he's so devious, and he's so he digs down these squirrel trails extensively, and gets you to a point where you have a little puff of your brain exploding when you see the things that they do. But
end of book 4, brain exploding a little bit.
yes.
Him eating the poison mushroom, brain exploding.
That was
a little bit.
Yes,
a little bit. It was like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Except I can because you're so stubborn.
But and Harry lives on the edge. He does. He just lives on the edge. Everything is walking a tightrope, ready to fall off into the abyss.
And he's okay with that.
And he is okay with that.
Yeah, and that's interesting because he is so committed to some things, like not being Leah's like hound, that he does these things that maybe nobody else would have done. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to poison themselves to have leverage against a very strong like overlord? You know what I mean?
Well, but Harry's not going to be beholden to anyone, which is why the whole night thing is such a great tension builder.
Yeah.
Harry is, he's gonna resist authority no matter where it shows up, in its rightful place or not.
Yeah, and he gets more snarky the more powerful the person is sometimes, with the exception of a few characters.
Yes.
But it seems like it seems like he's like, oh, you think you're something hot? Like, it feels like his will just gets the snarkiest when he should not be doing stuff like that.
Except for Fairfax. He's realized that's not a place to get snarky.
Yes. Yes. It's interesting though, something we haven't talked about. Mavra hates Michael Carpenter because he killed a lot of her children, like her underling creatures, about 20 years ago.
Junior vampires, right?
Junior vampires.
Yes.
Yeah. Even when he's hungry and needs money, he does the right thing. Yep. But that was interesting, like that Mavra, like and then introducing these kind of backstories, that there's history with these characters, is like kind of a cool part of this book too. That Michael's done all this stuff, and
it's part of it is because Butcher has developed such an extensive backstory and plot development regardless, and that he builds all of this stuff around. We're going to hear more about King. No,
that's I don't think that person's in this book.
No, but he will. So where did we first hear about him?
With a certain person who knows everything.
Yep. No. I'm trying to think where it first came up, because we do hear about who he's the scion of in this book. But we don't hear about him. You're right. He doesn't show up till later.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up till later. And unfortunately, I've been listening to some of the books where he's in the middle of it. Let's see, Small Favor now? No. Yeah. Small Favor.
Yeah.
And so I'm listening to Small Favor now, and he's right in the middle of that one, along with Michael and several other people. So it's difficult sometimes to pull back the thread and figure out where it started.
Yeah, but the cool thing is, the more books we read and talk about, the more we get to reference, and like.
Yeah. So
I think book 4 is going to be that for us, because we're going to get to read book. Well, y'all have already read book 4, but there's so many things that happen that you get to know about in book 4 that also play off the book 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to get good. I mean, y'all have already read book 4, but book 4 is really good. And then James Marsters gets to be a really good reader, I think, starting in book 4.
Yeah, I think that's one of the books where he really starts to find his traction.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, really starts to find his traction.
Yep. Hey, Tori.
So, what was your favorite part of this book?
Him offending people at the red court party, dressed up as Dracula with the plastic teeth, and him knowing that it was going to irritate people as the representative of the White Council, and he did it anyways. I think that's just, I can imagine people from the White Council upper management realizing like, okay, tell us what happened. And then they say, well, one of your guys came in mocking us, dressed up as Dracula with a really bad Halloween costume and plastic teeth. And I can just imagine the White Council going like, Anne Morgan just raging about that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was one of the best parts. And then the next best part is, even though Susan Rodriguez got in, like, wasn't supposed to be there, the stuff she brought in her little basket, the fact that they pushed Mavra back with some of the stuff that she brought was so cool. And then him poisoning himself to get out again from having to do stuff for Leah. Awesome. And I don't know. There's just the back and forth, Charity yelling at Harry. That's always a hilarious moment too. Oh, at the very end too, Harry finding out that the kid's named after him. I love that. I don't know. What's your favorite part of the book?
I think the thing that the iconic moment in the book for me is him dressed up in his baby blue tuxedo, burning everything. I mean, the contrast there. You know, he's gone in there to insult everybody. He's dressed up like a clown, and now he's consumed with rage.
Yeah.
And he's literally burning down the Velvet Room, which is this big giant castle / building that is owned by is run by the vampires.
Yeah.
That whole the motif, the image of that was just classic for me.
Yeah. Especially wasn't that he didn't have a lot of his power at that point either. The fact that he pulled that much fire in to do that with all half or not all of his magic being eaten by the nightmare and him being weakened because he keeps weaseling out of his contracts with Leah too, right? Like, he's not at his best.
But technically that wasn't that had been returned. In other words,
okay, that had been returned there.
You know, by that point in time, it had been returned because of the fact that Susan had already made the deal with Leah, which I thought was a cool, a cool spell / way to address that. When she makes a comment about who he is, it's like, oh my gosh, it was just a great nuanced reaction by Leah.
Yeah.
And the fact that now she's not knowing who Harry is, but interestingly enough, all the other memories around Harry are there, but just Harry's not there. That was that the thought that went into that to create that kind of a dynamic, I thought was that's one of the things I love about Butcher. I mean, it's intelligent fiction.
Yeah.
He really thinks through things well.
Yeah. I like that too. Do y'all have any in live chat? Live chat or replay crew? Do y'all have a favorite part in the book? I feel like I also like when he takes the dust that he has to fight the
the uranium dust.
The uranium dust and dumps it down.
Agatha.
Doesn't he dump it down his godmother's?
Oh yes, he does. He does.
And then the fact that he brings metal into the Never Never, and
Harry's not really a rule follower, anyways.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And we'll see. He encourages people to bring metal in lots of places he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
He's back in the Never Never in the next book. Yeah, in the next book, and yes, the next book is fun.
The next book's fun, and then the book after that gets even better. Then the book after that gets even better. I feel like when I tell people about the series, I'm like, the books are good. Get to book 4 because book 3 starts to ramp up and it being like really interesting. Book 4, you start to go like, oh my god. One, none of these events were like not tied together, and all like the way that his story and his characters fit together in a very like holy crap kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
In book 4 specifically, it starts doing that, and you realize how good of a storyteller Butcher is.
It's book 5, Retro, by the way, not book 3. The coin at the end of the book.
Yeah. No, you're good, Retro. I have so much to say about book 4. I know. Next week we start book 4 members only. So I think there's only members here in the live chat talking about this book too. Do you see all the little lint rollers? These are lint rollers right here next to their name.
Oh.
We do that because we lint roll a lot on my channel.
You lint roll a lot.
Yeah, we lint roll these. We lint roll the hat when I have a hat on.
Oh. Yeah.
How did this happen? Yeah, you need a lint roller too.
I need a sawdust roller.
Yeah. But that's why that's our little member sign.
Ooh, Christy's gonna burn down the chat in the next stream.
Oh, you're gonna who better to burn it down than the fire chief? So
that's exactly right.
I like Susan's somewhat redemption arc. I remember exactly where I was at when I was listening. 𝐔𝐿's been listening all week. 𝐔𝐿 is doing these custom bookcases for a family friend, and he's been working every day getting these together to go get all the pieces set up so he can go install it in this house in another city. And so he's been creating sawdust for a long time now.
Yes.
So
it's interesting how much people will pay for sawdust.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So
anyways.
Yeah. So the next book stream probably is going to be a Dresden After Dark. Starting book 4. So we're going to get into trouble with our bourbon and stuff. Pixie dust. Oh yeah, it's pixie dust.
That's right. Yes.
Oh my god. Book 3 was hard for me because I started in late in Libby. It literally got returned in the middle of the party. I took 2 weeks to get it back. Oh, okay. So I think Libby is an app or something to rent books or something like that.
Oh, you rent books?
You can rent books from like digital books.
And then they shut off your access to it.
Yeah.
If you're not finished, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a 5-week wait for book 1 at someone's library.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a library app.
Sawdust audiobooks. It sounds like multitasking. Yes, it's very unmanly of me.
Yeah.
What can I say? And routers, yes, it's probably not the best situation to be in, spinning blades and spitting 16,000 revolutions per minute router bits and trying to focus on listening, but it's
and
just
not burning so we open the garage door and there's smoke. It's not sawdust smoke.
It is sawdust
smoke. It's not. Listen, I've done this before where I set off my fire alarm because of that kind of smoke that he was doing in the garage yesterday.
It smells pretty nasty. What can I say?
It smells like smoke.
Well, because I'm routing grooves in the end pieces of plywood so that I can put so I can set them up for shelves.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's all good. I didn't light any fires.
Yeah. Although we definitely have a proclivity for fire starting in our family.
That's a good point. We really do. We've lit many things on fire, haven't we?
Trash can.
Yep. Desks.
We've done stuff with magnifying glass. Hair. 2 fireworks landed in my hair when I was a kid.
Yes.
Um,
And I was not. I was not the lighter or the initiator of that.
yeah, your best friend's kids were.
Yeah.
So
I think my best friend was. I think he was doing it. I don't know if the kids were.
I don't know. It hurt like
Like
real
the
bad.
Dickens.
Yeah, like the Dickens.
Like
yes.
the Dickens.
My father is a carpenter and he has a workshop that is bigger than the house.
Yeah, unfortunately, my workshop is not bigger than my house. And that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it's all his workshop is the garage right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess half the garage, and you moved into the entire garage now.
Yes, kind of.
Kind of. He has a drill press. It's on the other side of the garage, and
no, technically the bandsaw's on the other side.
Oh, the bandsaw. Sorry.
And the wood stacks are on the other side.
Yeah, the drill press is in the middle. Yeah. He has a huge standing dual-sided Sanders.
Oh.
Catch fire, and then the company gifted him a brand new updated one that would not catch fire. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, Mojo, no way. We no longer have a Books A Million, and our Barnes & Noble blew away in a tornado. Our area made news with that happening during the start of the pandemic.
Wow.
I had a firework go off in my hand when I was a teenager. The worst part is it happened in front of my mom, and she absolutely lost her shit. Yeah.
Moms do that.
Oh.
They do.
Oh,
they do.
My God.
Yeah. Fireworks going off in hands, unfortunately, is an all too common experience. And, moms losing their stuff, unfortunately.
Keeps their kids alive a lot of times.
Well, it can. It
can.
can. Sometimes it's not helpful, but sometimes it is.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Well, let me put it this way. There's times to lose your
shit
stuff and times when you need to delay that so that you can address the issue at hand.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably putting fire out my head is a time to act quickly.
Yes.
To act
exactly
quickly.
Right. And then you can lose. Then you can get mad and lose it after that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you have any good stories to tell us? Didn't you tell us? Didn't you say you were going to tell us some stories today?
What?
You did. Members, we can reference it. Do you have any good stories?
Depends on what kind of stories you're looking for.
I don't know, embarrassing ones.
All my stories are embarrassing.
Do you have any stuff from growing up that we've already talked about? We've already talked about taping your sister up to be a hockey goalie. We've already talked about you driving off a bridge, halfway off a bridge. We've already talked about getting kicked out of a buffet. We've already talked about I don't know. What else have we?
I think that's it. Those are the only embarrassing things I've ever done.
Oh God.
There was a time when I took my my cousins. So when I was growing up, I've always liked being around kids. I always figured I was going to be a dad someday, and I had a dad who I loved and was really great, and so I had cousins that we spent lots and lots of time with, and they were much younger than I was. So I was driving 17, 16, 18, whatever the case might be, and they would have been in the 8, 9-year-old time frame. At least the younger cousins. There were some cousins that were my age too, and so I would go over to my aunt and uncle's house, and I would take them out for, take them to the lake or take them on trips and stuff like that. Just, day trips, so to give my aunt some, free time. And so one time I brought back their daughter with all these scrapes and scratches all over her
God.
face. Well, I was carrying her on my shoulders in the woods.
Oh my God. And her face was getting slapped by
And
branches.
we took a tumble.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's okay. It is all good. She survived it. And she survived it. And I bought them some ice cream and they were fine.
Oh my God.
She was my aunt was a little worried about bringing her children back and not having them in the same condition as when they left, but that's okay.
I don't think I have any good stories about me as a kid. I didn't crawl as a kid. I rolled around, but I don't really think I have. I'm trying to remember.
You're misremembering.
I'm sure I am misremembering. I'm just go ahead. I don't know.
No, I'm not throwing you under the bus on any stories.
You don't have to throw me in. It's okay. We can it's a safe place. It's a safe place. You can share one
Baby
story.
DC stories.
Yeah. You can share.
She's right though about rolling around. She didn't crawl really. She went from rolling because that was what happened. She figured out that she could roll, and so she would roll everywhere. She would, kind of roll sideways to get to things as opposed to crawling. And then one day she started walking and she never hit the whole crawling thing.
Oh my God.
We couldn't figure it out. We just couldn't figure it out. Yeah. But DC and her older sister were wonderful children. And then we had the child that taught us that we shouldn't have children anymore. Tutu.
Yeah, Tutu. The only thing I remember about Tutu is that he cried a lot as a baby at night, and I would just close my eyes and put my hands in my ears, and I'd be like, this is the worst. This is awful. I hope my parents never have any more kids. And then they had 2 more. So yeah, roll. Yes, exactly, Catherine.
Yeah, it was a, so we have the, our first child. And
who
she's
was
like
perfect.
Who she wasn't perfect, but she was a very easy baby.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had to get my shoulder operated on from patting myself on the back so much, thinking, oh, this is so great. We're such great parents, and we know everything. And then DC comes along, and she was a little bit more. She kept us busier than the first child did, but it was still wonderful. And then we had Tutu, and we realized at that point in time that God was addressing an issue with us at that point in time about how good parents we really were, because we realized that we had nothing to do with it. And so Tutu came out, and from the time he was in the house until about he turned 4. And those 4 years were the lost years.
Yeah.
I walked that kid so much. He would get caught. He had colic a lot, and he would scream and scream and scream and scream. My poor wife was so exhausted, and I would wrap him up in a blanket as tightly like a little burrito.
A burrito.
A
little burrito.
And walk him and walk him and walk him, and then I would fall asleep in the chair in our living room, and he would actually calm down, but as soon as we put him down in the bed, he would start screaming again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then he turned 2 years old, and we had to beat him every day.
Oh my God. Oh my. Okay. Dear God.
He was so defiant. It was just, oh my gosh. But and then he turned 4 and he decided, I'm tired of getting disciplined, and he just turned into a great kid. And from that point in time on, it was okay.
Dear God. Oh.
Yep. Too funny.
The second Tutu did something very scary like that. Would bear crawl.
Oh, yes.
So fast in the
Yes.
dark. It was like a demonic kind of movie scene. You know what I mean? Like those. It was terrifying. It's like I don't.
But he does lots of things that are terrifying. Like
he has no fear.
5 years old right now. He's got a motorcycle.
Yeah, he's
literally,
no fear.
he's got a bicycle with an electric motor on it that he rides,
and he's good at it.
And he, he jumped off his bed, the bunk bed, the second story, because he was watching superhero movies and broke his arm. He's just
he has no fear.
He has no fear. He has absolutely no fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you don't have any embarrassing stories of me?
I'm not. My commitment to you is to build your channel up.
That's okay. You can tell.
Uplifting. Bring it up.
Can you lift something up that's been burned to the ground? No, you can tell one story.
No, that's good.
Oh, I must have really. I don't remember. I have no idea. The only embarrassing one I've told is about the sled and not understanding how fast metal was going to be. So
here's a question for you.
Oh God.
How many times in your life, how many days in your life did you go to bed? What's the last thing you ever said? Every single night for 13 years in a row.
Probably 14 years. I mean,
you couldn't talk the first 2 years.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So
fair enough.
So yes, the live chat knows that I'm a hungry person. I love food more than probably anything, and I would. My mom and my dad.
It wasn't food as much as it was knowing what was going to happen.
Yes, I know. I understand that, but I would go. My mom and my dad would tuck me in, and I would say, "Hey, what's for dinner tomorrow night?"
Every single night.
And then if the answer wasn't great, because I wasn't going to be like, oh man, I'm an ungrateful person. I'd be like, well, what's for lunch? Or what's going to be for lunch tomorrow?
Yep.
Every
day. I just
wanted to know.
I don't think we ever went a night putting her to bed and she didn't ask what's for dinner tomorrow.
Oh my God. I just wanted to know. I want to be prepared. I wanted to and I'm still like that. I want to know what is going on.
Yep. What's for dinner?
Yeah. I've already said sorry to my mom because, oh my God. There's Wendy, Bam the lawyer cat.
Oh.
Wendy's coming over today.
We're excited.
Yep.
We got the short ribs and everything.
I know. We're going to start cooking at 1:30.
There you go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I have HelloFresh. I need to
delish.
Know.
Yep. Something we're doing. Yep. So in any event, DC was a wonderful child. She really was. And
I was a scaredy cat, but I was a wonderful child.
Well, you liked predictability. You like predictable things. You like to know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I
wanted to know
everything about what was going to be.
I just wanted to know what to expect.
Yes.
I wanted to be on time for church, and I would have meltdowns when we were not on time. But how can you be on time with 5 kids? And
whatever.
I know it's whatever for you, but
I'm just glad that I showed up.
Yeah.
Yes. What time? Well, and we're not going to talk about we actually bought all of the Odyssey tapes to eliminate the how long is it going to be, or are we there yet kind of conversations. We bought a cabin in Tennessee back when Tutude and DC were still in junior high-ish kind of. I
thought y'all bought it in like 97 or 98.
Yeah, 98.
And I would have been 10.
Yeah. So grade school, junior high. And so we had it for a number of years until last year when it burned down. And so we the first year we drove up there, it's in the mountains in Tennessee outside the Smoky Mountain National Forest. And so the roads are kind of windy. And if any of you have ever driven roads like that for the first time with your children, they don't, they were looking out the windows and they get sick. they get car sick. And so for about the first 2 years that we were in the cabin, we never drove down the mountain without one of the kids getting sick in the car.
Yeah.
It was just
Awful.
terrible.
The smell, awful.
Oh my god! Getting that. There was a stop and rob at the bottom of the road, and I'll bet we stopped at that store 50 times if we stopped there once, and buying water to clean out the car, and oh my god.
Oh my god.
So Mrs. X Cal would be screaming in the front seat, "Look out the front window! Don't look out the side windows!" Trying to get the kids to be able to stare straight. Because frankly, part of what is disorienting was looking out the side windows and going around the curves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if we could get them to look out the front window, they wouldn't get as sick as if they looked out the side window, which meant Vomit City. Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
horrible.
Oh my god.
And yes, Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee, gorgeous places. In fact, Mrs. X Cal's family is from Western North Carolina, and but yeah, we had some great times up there in Tennessee. In the midst of running into trees and stuff like that, and the very first
And sliding down the mountain
yes
in a Suburban in the middle of winter.
Well, we only slid about 5 or 6 feet. We didn't slide all the way down the mountain.
Well,
it was kind of scary though.
It was very scary. If you understand, like me wanting to know about stuff and then me not being able to drive and sitting in the car thinking like this is where we die, and then you think how is it going to feel when you pass away falling down a ravine in a Suburban and dying, and then you put the chains on the tires. So
yes, and we got up to the cabin. Hot dog.
Look at him, great. Oh my god. In Puerto Rico, we have a lot of winding roads too, especially more in the center of the island.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. And Corn never recovered. Yeah, I was. There were a couple of trips down the mountain. I just felt like burning the car at the bottom. Just torch it and just say,
"Yep,
it got stolen."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad. So, having said that, those are all the stories I have for today.
Oh, we'll have to do another embarrassing story next time.
Well, I'm sure we will.
I can dox my family in Franklin, Macon County. Cool. All right. If you are not a member and you want to join in the first half of book club where we, get a little more rambunctious, you can join here. It seems like there's only members in the chat though, but here's the join. The link should pop up in a second, and you can get in trouble with us on Dresden After Dark for starting of the first half of book 4, which book 4 literally gets good. So
yes.
So we'll be back. Should we do that on Wednesday night, or should we do a Saturday, or what do you want to? Dresden After Dark is fun because it's at night and we can.
Yep.
So we'll tell you when it's going to be.
Okay.
So
you're in charge. It's your channel.
No, this is our stream though. You can have some creative input if you want.
Sweet.
We're gonna have to set up the cameras better so that he can have his own. I have 2 cameras, so I could set it up where you can have.
Oh, this is good.
We need a more professional. We need a more professional situation, I think.
Well, then you need to get a more professional co-streamer then.
No, I'll stick with you. I think your fees are more than what I can afford. So
more than exorbitant enough.
Yes.
I'm doubling my fee for the next stream. Just to let you know.
All right. Live chat. You've been a blast. Thanks for hanging out. That concludes book 3. We're gonna start on book 4. So, yeah.
And be sure and tell Toot that you missed him.
Yeah. Leave us a comment and let Toot know that you missed him. So we'll see y'all next time. Okay, where's the outro? I'm looking for it. There we go. Goodbye.